right now. We're all connected. Everything is aligning for me, and I give the glory to the good Lord up above that's putting up with all this 5G nonsense. Whew! Come. Now is the time to worship. Sing it with me. Come. Now is the time to give your heart. Come, just as you are to worship. Come, just as you are before your God. Come. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Ashley Amber, the host of Sunshine and Bubbles High Vibing Podcast, where we're on a mission to spread peace, love, and light and some good energy. So, as I rub my hands together, I want to say a little prayer for you and yours. May you continue to be blessed and abundant as you go throughout your day, and know that you are worthy. You are confident, you are successful, and you matter. You make such a difference in this world. And I believe in you, and you should believe in you too, because you are chosen. All right? All right. That's just a good mentality to get all into here. That we're all here living, loving, learning for a purpose. And I couldn't be more stoked to be sharing this platform with you, my dear friends. Week after week, people always seem to make me smile as they say that I make them smile. And I think that's my special gift. That's my purpose here on this earth. I love being goofy, silly, funny, my authentic self. I can be serious too. And believe it or not, I'm very, very smart. Okay? But I prefer to just live in the moment and be present and be goofy and silly and just spread some peace, love, and knowledge on y'all as I'm learning through the holistic healing space, which hemp has opened me up to. If it was not for DNA hemp and getting in tune and connected with plant medicine, I would not be where I'm at in my healing journey in the space of alternative or holistic healing, or the non-contemporary alternative healing. And by that, I mean by using plant medicine, sound, acupuncture, massage, frequencies, vibrations, crystals, all of it. There is so many different kinds of healing out there, and one of my favorite is just being in breath. So I invite you to take a big, deep breath with me, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And we're just going to let it all go. We're going to let it all go and leave it at the foot of the cross, because that's exactly what he's asking us to do. Indeed, my friends. That is my why. I really feel like everywhere in my journey has pushed me towards spreading the Great Commission, or spreading the good news of our dear Lord and Savior, of our Creator, if you will, divine source energy. And that's exactly what I plan to do. And it's been such a wonderful journey filled with music and love and creation and plants and using the earth and energy. And I'm just so excited to share it with you. Just like here today, I busted out my green crystal sound bowl. And I think a lot of you have seen these out there, whether your friend has one, or maybe you have one, or you've seen them on the internet, a YouTube video. They're incorporated into a lot of different spaces, and I would love the opportunity to be able to play it for you right here, right now. What do you think? Is it a go? Let's go. Okay, so we're going to tune in to the green chakra sound bowl. Now, sound healing just in and of itself is very useful tool for you to tap into, for it clears up any stagnant energy in your chakras. Does anyone out there know what a chakra is? Or better yet, what this green chakra sound bowl speaks to? If you want to put it in the comments below, that'd be awesome. Maybe just trust your intuition. It's that first voice. What do we think? I know some people are like, Ashley, this is really easy, but some people do not know, and that's okay. It's all on the journey and exploration of discovery, and that's that's right where we're at. So, yes, I love hearing these sounds. This is speaking to your heart chakra, right here in the center of your chest, or the anahata, as it's called, and it is the F note. And I learned just recently that while you're playing or listening to the anahata green crystal chakra bowl, you could hum to increase your vibration and do a little, the hum would be yam, like yam. Ooh, I can really feel that. Wow, that is intense right here in my heart. I want to do it again. Yam. Oh, that's powerful stuff. Yum. Ooh, doggy. I love that. Whoa. All right, that humming vibration really enhances the frequency of this sound bowl. Holy shnikes. I could feel that vibration through my heart. It's almost as if I could feel the stagnant energy just like vibrating out and then just sending it out and hopefully into beautiful love vibes to you. From the highest and best. You know, the heart chakra speaks to love, compassion, and emotional healing. It's your heart center. That's where we store a lot of hurt and a lot of goodness too, right here in your heart. And that's where we're told to operate from, is from a place of love. So if you will, while we're listening to the heart chakra and listening to these vibrations, close your eyes and imagine a green emerald in your heart. It's right there, glowing. A glowing green emerald. And as you imagine that glowing green emerald, I want you to visualize it expounding out and getting larger and larger. Yes, that emerald's glow is growing throughout your entire body and actually going to create a green emerald bubble all around you. A love bubble, if you will. Don't let me pop your bubble. Hold it steady and strong and repeat after me, either in your head or out loud, these affirmations. I am love. I am worthy. I am in a safe place to receive love. I give myself compassion and love freely, just like I give to other people. I love myself. I love you. Do you love me too? The answer is yes. Yes, 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 a million times over. And know that our good Lord is love. Know that Jesus can do nothing but to love. And he calls that with every breath, you love yourself too. So you can be an expression of him and share the love. Keep your heart chakras open, friends. That is the key to living a healthy and happy, successful life. I truly believe in that. So by keeping your heart chakra open, can reduce judgment. Judgment onto yourself, on other people, and harmonize your healing. And by getting in tune with that heart rhythm, you're really able to let those vibrations expound out into a world of pure bliss and awesomeness. And I just love that for us today. Absolutely, positively amazing. This is all good news. I wanted to share that heart bowl chakra with you. That is what my intuition was telling me to play and share. And I feel like I've been having this prayer on my heart that just speaks to the inner depths of my soul. And that is what I've been learning in Lent through using some other apps and audio channels that friends have shared with me. And it says, Lord, empty me. Fill me. Use me. Lord, empty me. Fill me. Use me. Lord, empty me from all my wants, my desires, my limitations I put on myself, my expectations. Empty me from all that and fill me with your love, your will, your grace, your mercy, your devotion, Lord. Use me for your purposes, your divine right. Just further your kingdom work. That's all I can ask and hope and pray. And so it is. And so it will always be. Just like that. I've been having this mantra follow me throughout the weeks. Empty me, fill me, use me, dear Lord. And it's really helped me operate from a place of love and compassion and grace and mercy. And as I go throughout my day and deal with situations and encounters, good, bad, or ugly, I keep that mantra close to my heart. And whenever I feel something ugly bubbling up, the devil trying to get into my thoughts, into my head, I say, no, Lord, empty me, fill me, use me. And it's just that very thing of saying, be gone, devil, not today, and calling upon the Lord. It's that is being said, and that is what happens. And that's such a beautiful thing, to have those mantras, to have those prayers just in our pocket, close to our heart, so we can fend off any bad vibrations and keep the good vibes flowing. Also, in one of the Lenten prayers, it talked about all of us being children of God and looking into other people, whether they know it or not, that they are a child of God. So now every single time I look into someone's eyes, I see God's work and His will and His weaving, Him being the master weaver. And even if that person irks me, or they're negative, or they're not like meeting me at my vibe, like I just have to look into their eyes and smile and know that they are chosen just like me. And none of us are clean. We are all dirty rags, but washed clean by our good Lord's salvation and resurrection on the cross. And I am no better than anyone else. And that's what the Lord sees. He sees me for all of my faults, all of my imperfections, and still loves me. And so that's how He wants us to love others. And so that is what we are called to do. And that is my why here on Sunshine and Bubbles, and why I'm so persistent on doing what we're doing, because for whatever reason, he's using me with my open throat chakra to be able to spread this message. And I know in my heart I could be saying something totally different here today. And you could be hearing something totally different than what I'm saying. But I have to get off that high horse and know that it is not about me. I have to get out of my own way and know that I'm just a conduit to do his work, to fill me and use me for his will. And that is amazing. So I'm just like a child with wide eyes, just out there trying to live and love and learn everything that I possibly can here in this life as we continue on through eternity. And I just think that's such an amazing adventure, and I'm super stoked on it, and I love to share it. I'm on fire for Jesus. I can't help it. And that's wonderful too, because in church I was also reminded that, Jesus doesn't want you lukewarm. He'd rather have you either cold, so he can use you and put you on fire, or on fire so you can go and spread the good word. Not lukewarm, not just half-hearted. He wants your whole heart, your whole heart. And that is what I've chosen to surrender and give. And we're coming on to the running with that. And today, during my meditation and prayer, it really came through that I've been putting all these expectations on myself of what I should be doing, how I should act, what I should say. And really all of that is just my ego talking. That has nothing to do with his purposes, what he's trying to fill me with. So I'm letting go of any expectation and stepping into a place of presence and the unknown, and a surrendered will to be able to use me as he sees fits. And that's such a beautiful thing. Yes. Oh, it's just so good. I'm so stoked. Music is all around me. Not only did I have worship practice yesterday where we sang, "Come, now is the time to worship," but we also have a huge concert coming up in Elevation Worship. I am so stoked on it. My whole family is going. Danny, Nevaeh, and Nixon, and myself. Also, my sister-in-law, Rachel, is going with her whole family, her sons and husband, and the Schaefer boys are going to be at their first ever Elevation Worship Christian music concert at the Pfizer Forum this Saturday. We were the lucky ones to be able to get tickets and attend this. Oh, I'm also going with my neighbor Nanny and her whole family. It was kind of funny because I don't know if I should share this, but here it goes. My husband was like, it's his first Christian music concert, and he was like, "Ashley, is there going to be beer there?" I don't know if he said it like this, but he's like, "Ashley, is there going to be beer there?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's beer." He's like, "All right, I'm in." So didn't take him much, and I feel like it was like, all right, well, we're all going. We're all going to go experience this together. And I'm so excited because if anyone has seen an Elevation Worship concert live and in person, it is so invigorating, so energizing, and you leave there like more than just fire. You are like flaming. You are blazing in his love and glory, to be surrounded with all the other Christians and their good energy, and you just vibe with one another. It's like unlike a feeling that is really hard to explain. It is really something that I would love to share with the world, and that's what Elevation Worship has made their music with their talents and abilities and been able to share. I just cannot believe that Danny Schaefer, I don't want to make him out to be like this, because he's always been a super solid, amazing, good guy. But he's just not your traditional, like, Bible thumper, like preacher. I don't know. He's just, it's fun to watch his journey and see his heart soften towards the Lord and not put him up. And now, I mean, he's going to this concert with his brother, Jamie, who is a wonderful rebel in his own right, but loves Jesus. And the fact that we're sharing this with our family and our kids to get to witness this all together is just going to strengthen our bond. And I just can't wait to see. I'm just so stoked in living in awe and wonder of what Jesus has in store for us here, because make no doubt that there is a reason why we were all able to get these tickets and sit in fellowship together and throw our hands up and sing our praises to the Lord. I think that we're really going to open some eyes, open some hearts. I know that's what's going to happen in my world, in my universe, and I'm looking forward to sharing that with the ones that I love the most, and including my neighbors. How amazing and awesome is that? So it's kind of crazy though, because right before the concert, we have a funeral to go to at our church, New Life. One of our brothers had passed away. He had a really long battle. He was in dialysis for a while, and you could just tell that he was struggling, but he never complained. He never showed it outwardly, and he showed up every Sunday for church. And push, come or shove, he was there. And I just am so inspired by his commitment to be in fellowship with his brothers and sisters, and recognize the importance of what that looks like. And it's different for everybody, but he really showed me his integrity and compassion and will to worship our Lord. And geez, I can only hope and pray to be like that in my last years. So we're going to go pay our respects to our brother and then go give it to God in Elevation Worship concert. And Elevation Rhythm is going to be there as well. And there's a special pastor that is going to kind of be leading through it. So it's kind of going to be like a church type sermon, if you will, with super enriching and awesome music. And I remember I've seen Elevation Worship before. This past summer, I believe, or was it 2 summers ago, at the Summerfest grounds, but it wasn't during Summerfest, it was at the American Family Amphitheater there. And I also went with my neighbor Nan and her daughter and my daughter, and some of my friends, my soul sisters, Kelly and Rachel, were there as well. And the devil tried so hard to not let us into that concert. Oh my gosh, the tickets were like gone from my phone. I had all the tickets. I could not find them. I was on the phone trying to capture them. They weren't letting us in. They're like, ma'am, you need tickets. I'm like, I swear I paid. Here is my receipt, but it wasn't enough. The tickets weren't showing up. And would you believe the Lord works in mysterious ways? They were like, all right, like, I can see you struggling here. We're going to let you into this concert, which was absolutely amazing. And I'm like, let's go. The devil did not win. The good one. And the kids all of us were shocked at how that happened and how that played out. It's hard to even describe it on here because it was pretty wild how that opened up that opportunity to us. But we went into the concert and my heart was just so full to see all those beautiful children of God throwing up their hands and singing their praises to the Lord, including my own, and with my sisters and neighbors and friends. And I feel like something woke inside of me that day. I didn't even realize that kind of concert was even possible, that this was happening around America, and I felt crazy because I was like, I've been missing out on this whole time. Like, this is amazing. They weren't just words. It was a whole vibration. It was a whole feeling. It was a whole like affirmation that this is exactly where I needed to be and what I needed to strengthen my faith. And I knew I was amongst my people. I had arrived, and I was willing to keep on taking my faith to the next step. And, opening my eyes to that type of music was just awe-inspiring. And I was in wonder, and I was egged on to bring my tambourine that had ribbons flowing from it, and I was playing the tambourine. I don't know if I should have had that tambourine, but they let me in with it. And Elevation Worship actually caught sight of that tambourine, and they put the spotlight on me, and they're like, "Bring up the tambourine." I was like that, but kind of. And I did. I was like, yes, here's the tambourine. And I like kind of like the C's parted, and I galloped up to the front, and I couldn't quite like reach them on the stage. They were at a place where I couldn't like go to, and I passed the tambourine up to them, and they actually used the tambourine on the stage as for one of their songs, and all of us were like, just like, yeah, that's awesome, because if that tambourine could talk, I tell you, it is a beautiful tool and an instrument to spread his message. And Elevation Worship, the band themselves, actually utilized that tool and then passed it back to me, and we kept on rocking in the free world. I wanted to get up on that stage so bad. I was like, the tambourine comes with me. Like, let's go. Like, I want to play, be part of the band. Like, I'm with it. But it was not my time. It was definitely not my time. And I had to sit back down and accept that. That was okay, but I was really humbled to know that they played with the tambourine, and that was next level amazing. And you can't make this stuff up. And all of us just skipped right on out of that concert with a renewed faith and strengthened relationships, and with each other to have experienced that together, and with our good Lord, our divine creator, our source of energy. And my battery was full. It was kind of like, if it was empty, it was just like bloop, 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 full all the way up. Let's go. Nothing can stop me. And keeping that fire just burning for him. And so I'm so excited to go back and experience this again with the family, as I know Pfizer Forum is such a wonderful venue to host Elevation Worship, as I've last seen them with Brandon Lake, and just to see thousands and thousands and thousands of Christians out there in unity, coming together, and the Lord hearing every single one of our prayers that day and recommitting ourselves to Jesus. It's just powerful stuff. I also sponsored a child that lives in Africa through One Vision that day, and it's been fun to keep up the updates with her, and how just, a small contribution can help and pay it forward. So that kind of opened my eyes up to that that form of giving too. And of course, we've all grown up like seeing that on the TV of like just 5 cents a day can help. But it really kind of hit home of like how, what seems so little to us can make such a huge difference to other people. So I'm not supposed to spread that, or like, I'm not bragging that I did that, but the Lord reached my heart that day, and I decided to say yes, and it's been really rewarding and fulfilling, and I just thought I would share that. So it's been a musical journey, to say the least, and also I was able to listen into Miss Kat's Katrina, Kat for short. She is the founder of Free the Music Ministry. And I know I've talked about that before on my podcast of what Free the Music Ministry is trying to do. But they are running a conscious music revolution. And for those that don't know what conscious music is, it is music that is about the Great Awakening and high vibrational subjects of things that are speaking to your soul, not just about this, that, and the other, and it's filled with really good messaging about the earth and love and harmony. And I just absolutely love this conscious music revolution that we're experiencing. And Free the Music is actually urging people and empowering others to share their soul songs. And I just love Miss Kat. She is a free spirit, a mother of a wonderful tribe who I've never met yet, but feel like I know. And I'm always think fondly of her and her family and what she's doing out there. And the Zoom meeting that she held, or the workshop, was of vocal hygiene. So I am new to the musical world and didn't even realize that vocal hygiene was even a thing, right? I'm like, what? Vocal hygiene? But it's how we take care of our voice. And behind all of, this conscious music and taking care of your voice and like getting to know your voice is, knowing your why you are sharing, why you are singing your soul song and getting in tune with that. And I feel like really your heart center has a lot to do with that. So kind of why I chose this sound bowl. And, she also shared something that she had learned from a mentor along the way is that the only thing that you can grow is your authenticity. So really empowering people to use your authentic voice. And that just struck me of like, yeah, you can only grow your true authentic self. I could try to be someone else all I want, but that comes to a dead end. That comes to no further retribution, right? Like the only thing I can be is myself, and I'm going to keep leaning into growing that. And so a part of that is with the why of why I keep showing up on the podcast, despite all the trials, tribulations, and troubles, because it's all new to me. And why is because I just want to keep learning and keep growing and keep getting better. And I know the more I speak and use my words and use my activated throat chakra and express this message, I'm only getting started. And it is not my plan. I'm throwing it up to the grace of God. And every single time I'm just like, Lord, empty me, fill me, use me. But back to what I was learning, the voice is part of our body. It is a tool and a channel to be able to communicate our soul, which is pretty wild to think that this body part is something we can grow. And it is vital to, she's also shared, it's vital to sing from a relaxed space. That's why I like using these tools like the chakra sound bowls to be able to get into that nervous system reset where I'm cool, calm, and collected. And she also said to like soften your voice and like bond with your voice. You're supposed to like touch all your areas, all your adrenals. It's all connected. So touch it, love it, speak the sweetest blessings over it. And it's cool too because there is different like exercises that you could do to practice before you sing or before you come on a podcast, these vocal exercises. And one of them was humming, and kind of like what we did with the sound bowl that was like opening up the chakra energy centers. I just find myself humming all the time, and I learned that from my best friend Rachel, who is always humming, and that's healing. Humming is healing, and it's warming up your voice to be shared. But it's also personal because you're not actually saying anything when you're humming. So I feel like I love that she kind of keeps that as part of her sacred and true self as well. So coming at it from a little different perspective, that's super, super awe-inspiring as well. Try humming. I think too that can break up any stagnant energy in some of your chakras, and especially in your voice and your throat chakra. Anywho, I feel like she touched on hydration and drinking plenty of fluids. And I thought, before a show or before you come on and go live, I never thought too much about what I ate beforehand, but, sticking away from like cheese and starches and heavy things that can like block the energy flow, and think of juicy things like pineapples or mangoes or juice or water, lots of water. Hot tea is one of my personal favorites to use, especially when it's a little colder outside. But you want to have a juicy voice, then drink and eat juicy things, which was kind of fun to think about. And then the lip drills too, with a or making runs like sha la 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 la. Can you repeat it after me? Sha la 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 la. That warms it up too. It is really connecting with yourself, and you can grow as a singer. And I just thought that was really exciting to learn about the foundations of vocal freedom. And, you know, the freedom is yours. You just got to tap in and tune on. And that takes discipline and a lot of grace. That struck me when she was talking about grace, giving yourself grace, especially when you hear your voice. Because sometimes it's really hard for me to even listen to my voice back. I'm like, oh, I've gotten better. But there's a lot of shame around hearing your own voice for whatever reason. And so I'm also surrendering that and letting it go and knowing and trusting the process and knowing that that is part of the process, is that you do have to listen to your voice back. And one of my goals for this year is to create a song. I already have a couple written, some ideas, some things that I want to put out there. I've shared some things on TikTok, but I want to create like a full-on song with the couple different verses, a chorus, and a bridge, and record it on GarageBand and share it. Wish me luck. I hope to do that this year, but it'll be my soul song. It'll be conscious and uplifting and channeled straight from the divine. So I got to get over this shame of listening to my voice back, because as you get into recording, that's all you do is listen to your voice back. And that's a really challenging part for me. Like, I can go and speak all day long and say all kinds of things, but having to like edit that and play it back and hear that and stick with it and be consistent and devoted to it, that's a whole nother story. But I can do hard things. Yes, I can. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But it's really about growing this tool, honoring our voices, thanking it for showing up, integrity with our voice, integrating with our voice, trying new things, allowing the process of experimentation, vocal exercises, listening to different music, genres, and knowing your music history. That was all part of what Kat from Free the Music, the founder, talked about, and it really just got my mind thinking of, you know, all the growth and potential through the voice. And that is my why, here to practice to further his kingdom work. Oi! So I'm going to stay true to the human sacred sound and expand my toolkit with reflections that resonate with me. And I'm super stoked to be here. So thank you, Miss Kat, for that. I love her energy. And if you haven't checked out Free the Music Conscious Collective, please do. They are all over on socials. And I know they host an awesome music festival of the arts as well, where the facilitators or the musicians that are there are part of the experience that they create there to really empower people to use their sacred tool. So that's exciting times, and I absolutely love it. At Conscious Music, it's a whole vibe, and if you haven't heard of it, please look into it. I know my conscious music awakening started with Mike Love, and I'm always chasing him because he's always creating and sharing. And I'm actually excited because we are going to Everwild Music Arts Festival in Ohio this summer. Mike Love is playing on my birthday. Okay? It's so aligned. And my husband's coming with, and we're going to bring our kids. And it has some of my husband's favorite artists that are performing at this music festival as well. A lot of different artists. So please check them out too. I'm really excited to be able to attend that. And the fact that he said yes, I'm like, all right, baby, it is go time. Little Stranger, Rome, Slightly Stupid, Tropodelic, all that like Rasta reggae, mixed in with some conscious awakening music too. It's going to be all good vibes there. So that is coming up. And then, hey, the more the merrier. Let's go. It's guaranteed good time. So I'm really excited to be committed to that as well to further my conscious music awakening. And the first time that I seen Mike Love was at the Baja Cali Roots Music Festival in Baja, California, in Cabo. And I remember when I first heard him, it was Leaders, the song that was playing from Mike Love, and like all the hair stood up on my arms, and I like stopped in my tracks at the show, and I was like, who is this? And I just feel like that song like resonated so deep with me, and something that I didn't even know existed, and it just kind of opened up the whole world of the Conscious Music Collective and all the beautiful people that are showing up and sharing their soul song. Is just really inspiring. So thank you, Mike Love, for opening that up for me. The other artists there, it was great to dance to and to sing along with, but it's the messaging that does it for me. It's what they're singing about that kind of really moves me and it's like a call to action to do more, be more, care more. So I'm excited that I get to partake yet again, and he is coming so close, and it'll end our adventure. Each summer we take the kids and do a family vacation with our travel trailer, and so that'll be like the cherry on top of our family vacation at the end of it, and right before football practice begins in August. So I'm excited that we get to get out with a bang, and on my birthday I get to be exactly where I want to be with who I want to be with, and it's so magical and aligned that you can't even make this stuff up. It's wild. So, but I've kind of been heavy this week. One more thing that I'll share, that speaking of family and trips and where we're going, is for spring break, we booked in a vacation to Puerto Vallarta in Mexico. Been there before, a beautiful, lovely place. I've always felt safe. The boardwalk is amazing. The resort that we stay on is just top notch. And we're gonna bring our family there. Rachel Schaefer and her family were gonna join us with the kids. And just this past week, I wanna say like 6 days ago, there was a operation that took out the main Chapo, the cartel leader there in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And we're like, what? Like, they experienced a shutdown. The airports were affected. No tourists were hurt, but definitely some gangster activity with the cartels. And it just is not making me feel super safe about going there, but we've been reassured by the concierge and by the resort that things are going to be back to normal, and we're going over the Holy Week during Easter, so I can't imagine anything would happen, but I'm kind of in a really weird spot. My niece actually backed out of the vacation and was like, you know what, my mom is not letting me go, and neither is my boyfriend's mom. They really asked us not to go, so they don't feel comfortable with it, and I understand that everyone has a different level of comfort and different levels of risk that they are able to assume. And I'm over here like, oh my gosh, like what am I to do? And I'm curious as to what you would do if you were in my situation and you were to take your family to a place that just had a cartel attack that did involve the United States. The United States did assist it. And you were to travel there in 5 weeks, would you go? I'm just curious. I mean, in my heart of heart, like, I know Mexico has always kind of been like a proceed with caution zone because of the cartel, but I've never felt unsafe there, and I continue to go back there. I just absolutely love it. But in this circumstance, I'm a little shook, and I can't help but to think that it is the devil trying to do his work and instill that fear. And so I'm like, just for today, I'm going to just get through today. I'm just going to be thriving here and today and not think too much about tomorrow. Oh, baby. The dogs agree that is exactly what I should be doing. But another part of me wants to be practical too and aware. So what would Jesus do? I'm going to see where we go and reassess the situation in a couple weeks when we are to leave. So wish me luck, but I'm curious to get other opinions out there and see what you would do. Ripley! Ripley Root Ruby. Do you want to come here and say goodbye, my sweet little love nuggets? They just love coming with Mama. But I think Daddy just got here on the farm, so they're going to go say hello. And that is a perfect time for me to say adieu. And until next time, friends, keep your heart chakras open and let that love flow in and say the prayer. Lord, empty me, fill me, use me for your divine purposes and your plan alone. Glory be to you, God. And in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. God bless. Be well. Much love.